This is the third in a 5-part series on getting started with generative AI. I've covered the difference between classical conversational AI and generative AI, and in the last video I talked about how to get started by deploying an NLU call routing application in the voice channel and an FAQ chatbot in your website. Let's focus today on how you can deploy that NLU call routing application. There's plenty of platforms you can use to do this. We use Google Dialogflow, Core AI, IBM Watson, Nuance Mix. There are many others too. But the approach is very, very similar. Essentially, you've got to come up with a list of things that people might say, and you've got to tag each of those items for what it means. And really at this point, we're trying to route people to the right place. So it typically means a type of self-service task that they might be able to use, or the right agent group to get someone to help them. And so we've got to come up with this list of things that people might say, and we've got to tag them. And then we put that information to the platform, and then automatically, using the power of classical conversational AI, we can deploy that, and when customers call up, we'll ask them, how can I help? And the system will recognize what they say, understand what it means, what their intent is, and then send them to the right IVR application or to the right agent group. Now, there are ways to fast track this using generative AI. We can use generative AI to generate lots of different things that people might say for the different call types, for the different intents that we think that people will have when they call us. And we've tested lots of these approaches, but do you know what? The very, very best way to know what people are going to say is just to ask them. And so even to this day, one of the best ways to deploy a natural language call routing application is to first deploy just a quick capture app that just says, how can I help? Captures what people say and then routes them to an agent group. And ideally you'll pass that recording on so that agent group can listen to it before they connect with the customer, and then they can help them. That way you can collect data about exactly what customers say, and you can use that to train your models. But you can get started and you can augment that data using generative AI. But the key to this approach is that you're now asking customers, how can I help? And you're getting data that will enable you to develop a generative AI strategy, and also data that will allow you to train and configure and test generative AI models. So in the next series, part of the series, we're going to look at how to deploy an FAQ chatbot, and then we're going to look at how can we use these front-end deployments to generate the data and drive the strategy for our generative AI journey. Stay tuned.